The Junior Series and the Panasonic Light Series are in the books as we return back to Golden State Motorsports Park for the final time this weekend to begin the 2019 Sunoco Elite Series season. Hello everybody and welcome to round number 1 of the 2019 Sunoco Elite Series here at a very temporary opener as now Operation Track Finder has begun. And this track may be in danger to not even show up on the schedule next season, but we gotta get going with the schedule this season. And oh boy, has it been an exciting one. The Junior Series is done. They had a 20-lap event. The Panasonic Light Series is done. They had a 27-lap event. And now the Sunoco Elite Series, a 35-lap event around Golden State Motorsports Park. Oh boy. Alex Beniaco starts on pole here for his second career pole position in the Sunoco Elite Series. Technically his third, but his first was not an earned pole position. Connor Monaco will start on his outside on row 1. Both of those guys looking for their first career wins, and both of them very big Honda prospects. On row 2, Connor Hurley, his best career qualifying position, if I'm correct. In that 41 and the highest starting full frontal motorsports car, definitely making the expectations of Brock, blowing them out of the water, starting on the podium alongside Scott Roush, who is the first person on the grid who has won a race. But Roush going for his 7th career win and hopes to start the season strong like he has many times before, but hopefully not like last season. Last season he didn't even make this race. And that's going to be row 3 with Aiden Shepard. Got injured at Cardiala last season, but then came back to win a race later that year and win preseason testing this year. Aiden Shepard's got a lot of momentum coming into this year, but his ride may be in danger if he continues to get injured like he has been the last few years. Alongside the return of the 2014 champion Max Anderson, now driving for Thundersport Racing Australia. Anderson has one of his old teammates back, but he's got 2 new teammates this year. We'll see what Anderson can do now that he's driving for Honda. On row 4, you got the rookie, Vladimir Petrov, leading the rookies in this race. Petrov coming from Lights after a few years in Lights, had his injury back in the first season. I believe that was 2015 or 2016, actually. Yeah, it was 2016, if I'm correct. In the Panasonic Light Series, so Petrov, after that injury, came back. He's looked strong ever since, and now he's making his first career full-time start in the Elite Series. Alongside Wolfstein von Schaefer. Had a pretty rough rookie season, but came back. He's had a pretty good weekend so far. We'll see if he can keep it up in that 7 car. He's starting in the top 10. And on row 5, the first Maverick we've seen. Maverick had a terrible qualifying. The first one is Cordell Paulson, the new guy at the team in the 83, replacing Roman Rahal this year. Paulson coming over from Full Frontal Motorsports from the 42 over to the 83. From one top team to another, Paulson looking to try to go for his 2nd title this year. And that's alongside Tyler Thaber. Got his first career win last year at Cardiala. Looking to get his 2nd career win here today in Golden State. We look through the rest of the top 20. DJ Curtis, Sean Ard, William Brock, Roman Rahal, Morgan Fuller, Daniel Bouchard, a very surprising qualifying out of him, the Fallout driver, Grace Takayama, Audra Baranowska's, Carson Bowers, Jader Rell rounds out your top 20. All 3 Bavarians right on the edge of the top 20. We'll see what all 3 of them can do to try to get through the field. They definitely had a better qualifying than Ditech, their biggest rivals. But the cars are lined up and ready to go on the grid. We will get down to your start block to start the first race of the 2019 season. 2019 season is about to get underway, and it's Alex Beniaco who will lead it down to the green flag here. And the 2019 season is finally underway. Green flag is in the air. Both of your top 2 are caught napping. Roush was not. Beniaco's already been pushed out. Here comes Roush. Wow, what a start for Roush. Connor fights back, and he'll get it back. Oh. Great job out of Connor defending that, but Thundersport very happy now. Oh, contact between Brock and that looks to be Morgan Fuller. They're in the mid-pack. No wreck. And there goes Max Anderson into second. We are 3 wide here. Petrov, Schaefer, and Ard. Petrov's going to be pushed to the apron. Yep. That'll screw him, and it looks like it held up Curtis and Paulson slightly as well. Oh, Priya McShane has fallen to the rear on the start. Unfortunate. But here comes the 2014 champion, Anderson, right around Monaco. No hesitation. No battle. Just a very quick move, and Anderson is your leader. Roush in third. Benyako in fourth, and it's Aiden Shepard in fifth, being chased by Connor Hurdley, who's lost a few spots on the start. Look at Roman Rahal. Started P14 and is now looking at 7th, if I'm correct. He'll be 8th on the line. Yep, and he's going for 7th on Schaefer. What a start out of your reigning champion, and what a start out of Ditech. We did have an incident. It was Ray and Windhelm have made contact. It seems that these guys have also gotten a little piece of it. Randolph may have gotten a piece of it as well. He's a little bit further back than expected. We'll check that out in a minute. For now, 3 wide for third. Shepard's going to have to back off. Did not have enough momentum to keep it on the 17, and instead the 17 will make it a Honda 1, 2, 3 here in Golden State. Benyako lost the lead from pole, did not get a good start. Fell back a little bit, but he's moved back up into third, and now he's got to start hunting after one of the other big prospects in the field, Connor Monaco. Yeah, there's where that incident happened. You can see, oh, seems like it was a pretty big one too. We'll see. Rahal now on Hurley, and he will. Rahal from 14th on the grid moves up into 6th on the first 2 laps. What a start it's been for the 1 car. And here's where it happened. His window would push a little bit too far. There was a 3 wide ahead of him, and that was not going to work. As around would go them, Randolph was already near the rear, meaning he had just had a terrible start, but Windhelm, Ray, and Griffin get pieces of that. It's unfortunate for them, and it's a bad start to the season for Shock Allison, but they still have hope in the form of Alex Benyako. Bad luck for them. But as we finish up lap 2, your leaderboard comes up. It is Max Anderson leading out front. Connor Monaco second, and then Roush, Benyako, and Aiden Shepard all fight for third. 4th and 5th, while Roman Rahal now closes in on this battle. Pontiac not really represented at the front right now, as the 77 did start near the front, but has dropped back out of the top 10, so right now the big hope for Pontiac is in this one. But it is the reigning champ, so there is a lot of hope there. It seems that Griffin has elected to stay out. He's stating over the radio the damage isn't bad enough yet, but they're keeping an eye out for a tire rub. So if he pits soon, you'll know why. Jackson has made about 10 positions since the start. He's going for his 11th. What a start it's been for the 10. He is on fire. And that is 22nd. Your 2017 champ really putting on a show for us. Duncan doing the same. He started 30th. He's 19th. In fact, he's been gaining more spots. He's 17th now, fighting for it with Carson Bowers and Daniel Bouchard. Duncan pushing Bowers down the track. Does not like how close he's getting to him. Gets the run. Can he get him out? Can he outpower him out of that corner? Yes, he will. Duncan up to 15th. 16th. 16th after starting 30th on the grid. Duncan is absolutely on fire. But don't count Jackson out either. Two of the strongest guys in the field are tearing a hole straight through it. Rahal has already gone through Benyako. He's going after Shepard. It looks like leaving Maverick and going to Ditech has not stopped him at all. As it is, Roman Rahal, there they go! Shepard and Rahal are around. I see Bowers, and I think that's Darrell, have gone into the grass as well. Lots of shuffling. And just like that, a great start to the season for Rahal and Shepard have gone up. Very unfortunate for the drivers of the 1 and the 34, but their days seem to be over. And instead, all this does is aid the 4 car even more as he's now approached. This is probably like 14th or 13th now with what's happened. This is huge for them. Anderson continues to lead out front. Connor Monaco in second, Scott Roush in third, and then Benyako and Thaber fight for fourth. Wolstein von Schaefer having a good race so far. But where's the edge of the top 10 now? That would be at Paulson. That would mean Duncan is 14th. He has already made it through half of the field that started in front of him. While, oh, that is Paul Jackson now. 2 rank Ds up ahead. He's got the horsepower. Can he get the braking? There's people pitting now. Lots of commotion in these first few laps. And yep, there's more. Scott and Angel Connect. We expected this race to be a little chaotic after the Light Series and Junior Series races had a lot of commotion. And it seems to be continuing. Jackson has moved up into 17th. Now Duncan starting to close up on the 45. Could he possibly try to win this race? If he continues this pace, he could absolutely win this race. No doubt in my mind that a win is in the cards for the 4. With the pace he's got, he's down the inside of the 45 for 13th. And up to 13th he goes. Next on the list is DJ Curtis. Paulson now making a move for 9th. He wants to get Maverick a good result. And with Jackson coming through the field, they may not be out of the running for a good result. Scott's doing well as well. They're all doing pretty well. Bouchard is pitting. There may be reports of damage on the 25. We don't know what's wrong. And 43 obviously in now. Griffin finally reporting. Yeah, look at that left rear. Look at how bent that car is. There's definitely got to be a tire rub. Unfortunate, but finally those people with damage pit. We expected it to happen eventually, and it finally does. And Duncan's already into 12th. We didn't even catch that. He is on fire. We also see Roush has gotten through Connor Monaco, and now it's Thaber's turn. With Shepard gone, they've got to take up the helm, and they are. Chris Louviere, the part-time driver for the team, DNQ'd. Oh. A little testy there. So they've got to pick it up now that Shepard's wrecked, and they are. They're now in a double podium position, which is scary. But they have Max Anderson out front and trying to run away. Connor Monaco tries to launch back down the inside. Doesn't get it. And the Roush Racing cars put themselves in a great spot. Oh, the next guy on Duncan's list is going to be a lot harder than some of the guys he's gotten through, because that is one of his biggest rivals from last season, William Brock. Duncan got 3rd in the championship last year. Brock got 2nd in the championship. So we'll have to watch them now as their battle will commence soon. Paulson has moved up into 8th. And he's going to start to go after 7th in the form of Vladimir Petrov. Paulson finally starting to get a move on in this race, and he's doing it pretty well. I see Scott's also getting a move on. Maverick is moving. Maverick is finally making their move. What about Eric? Still in a top 25. That's not bad. They're on the move. But it's still Max Anderson, Scott Roush, Tyler Thaber, Connor Monaco, and Alex Bignacco rounding out your top 5. Von Schaefer in no man's land in 6th all alone. Hurley 7th, Brock now 8th, Petrov in 9th, and his teammate William Duncan has gone from 30th on the grid up into the top 10 by lap 7. For a road course, this is exactly what we expected out of William Duncan. This is the pace that we know him for on road courses. And he's showing that he is very strong and he is here to fight. But Thaber's up to 2nd. We didn't notice that. Tyler Thaber has moved up a spot on his teammate. And now he can start hunting after Max Anderson. He's about 1/10 off on pace. So if he can kick it up a little bit, he can definitely start closing that gap down. Now Duncan, how aggressive are you going to be with your teammate? He's not known for being aggressive with his teammates unless they're aggressive with him. Nothing's happened between Petrov and Duncan so far. Petrov, the replacement for Johan Arndt, who Duncan did not have a good relationship with at all. No one at that team had a good relationship with him. And it ended up costing that team a lot of points that they could have gotten. Oh, Thaber is now evened out the pace. Thaber is matching Anderson now. Interesting. Fastest guy, is it Brock? It is. Brock is your fastest guy of the race right now. Oh, Duncan may have finally stalled out, used all his tires to get where he is. And now Cordell Paulson's starting to put the pressure on. I think he's used everything. But to use everything, get all the way up to 9th is a feat, to say the least. Jackson has moved into the top 15. Scott is in the top 20 still. He's still up in 19th, but he's closing in on Gerard Aron. So yeah, Maverick is... They've definitely started to make moves now. Duncan right on the edge. There he goes. He'll peek out. Oh, it's risky to pass here. Oh, but keeps it nice and tight. Beautiful. That was beautiful out of the 4. Get the power down. Back off, Petrov. Let your teammate go. Yep. You can defend from Paulson here, but you'd rather not get into an instant with your teammate. And Duncan now up to 8th. Here comes Von Schaefer for what looks to be 5th. Von Schaefer had a bad year last year. Like, I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat it. I'm going to be blunt here. It was a bad year for the 7 car. But with Angel with damage and having to pit, he has to carry the torch, and he's actually doing it well. Up to 5th in this race. He's got a top 5. I'm not even sure if Wolfstein Von Schaefer has ever finished in the top 5 in his career. I think he did once. I think it was Provo last year. So Von Schaefer finally starting to show his pace. Took you long enough. He's a road ringer after all. It was only a matter of time, and there it is. Paulson has gotten through Petrov as well. That was also only a matter of time. But now, yeah, no, Duncan's still got pace. He is immediately caught up to the 01 and is now on his bumper. You're going to do the same thing? Yes, you are. If he can keep it as tight as he has been, there should be an easy move. If. You never know. Oh, as along with the fact that Brock, that was smooth. Got a good shot of momentum out of that corner, and he'll keep it on the ahead of the 4. I still, like, a bad pit stop out of Anderson can turn this whole race around. As we actually are closing up on pit stops, lap 14 is expected to be the start. Duncan continues to put the pressure on. That Speed Energy 4 car. We haven't even talked about that. This is a new scheme this year. That 4 car, brand new scheme for the A1 Tour and Australia in this season. Oh, Duncan saw that ahead and he backed off. Maybe a little too much, but it's better to be safe than sorry. He backs off the 19 and the 01 and now has the 83 to worry about. I see Jackson's making more moves. That's 13th. Scott's making moves as well. He's up to 17th. Maverick is moving faster and faster. The top guys have all spread out, though. It's Anderson, Faber, Roush, Benyako, and Von Schaefer. Your top 5. Then it's Brock, Duncan, Monaco, and Paulson do battle. And then Vladimir Petrov rounds out your top 10. His rookie start. Not his debut, but a rookie start. It's going pretty well so far. Don't want to jinx anything, but he's doing pretty decent. I'm scared that I might have jinxed him now. Petrov actually just goes around the outside of Connor. Connor, you're slowing down, man. If I was him, I'd probably think about the undercut here. If he can perform the undercut, get some better tires, adjust the car, because something's wrong with that setup. He's been dropping like a stone. He's down to 10th. He needs to get a move on and do something. Now this race is spreading out. It is Anderson. Back to Faber, back to Roush, back to Benyako, back to Schaefer. Everyone's spread out by at least a second between them. The biggest gap of them being the gap between Anderson and Faber, which is 4.5 seconds. Duncan now. Paulson continues to close back up on him. Paulson has pace as well. So I would say that all 3 of these guys are about matching each other. Although maybe Brock's slightly slower than these two. But whenever these guys get into clean air, Paulson's able to keep up. Oh, now Connor Hurley's starting to close up. Unfortunate. Engine failure for the 6. You thought his day couldn't get worse after that incident, and it does. Unfortunate. But Ryan Griffin's day is going to end right there. Bad luck for Ryan Griffin. Lap 13. Connor, are you considering an undercut here? No. They're going to 14. It's 14, 28, and then to the end of the race. Last run's the shortest. You can extend it to 15 or 16 if you want to overcut. That's a possibility. But now, this line of cars lining up beyond Connor Monaco, he started a train. He's too slow. Duncan now putting Brock under pressure. Here we go. This is for 6th. Oh, but the possibility that he might overpush it and make a mistake and wreck is there. Don't push yourself too hard, Duncan. You can back off. Your tires are falling off now. And honestly, it might just be best to hold out. But he's not going to. A tap to Brock. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Duncan is just on fire. He's trying to get the move for 6th here. Gives a little tap to Brock. Goes around him, and that's P6. For your 3rd in the championship last year. And now, like I said, 30th on the starting block, and he's almost into a top 5. His last one he needs is Wolfstein von Schaefer, and he will be in a top 5. There's nothing more I can say but amazing. Anderson's in. Faber will join. Roush will join. Benyako and Schaefer will stay. Duncan will stay. Brock, Paulson, everyone. Except for Monaco. That was a good call. Good call, Monaco. You need that. You absolutely need that. But like I said, one bad pit out of the 51's crew, and it could go wrong. 4 tires and fuel is expected. Right, is that what they're calling here? 4 tires and fuel. There's Connor. And there goes Anderson. See you later. Roush trying to jump Faber. He will. Roush gets out ahead of Faber. Great pit stop out of the 38. Instead, it's a 35 who does not get a good stop. Anderson out front. Now we go up and we look at the guys up here. People out of the pits. Now it's Jackson versus Hurley. Duncan now starting to close up on Schaefer already. Using this last lap of the run. Giving it everything he's got in this last run. Ruining these tires. Push the car all the way to pit lane. And everyone else should be in this time. If you go to lap 16, you might be crazy. I don't see any reason to go to lap 16. When tires are just so much more important, and yeah, everyone's calling it. Except Duncan! And Paulson! And Maverick! Actually. No, Scottson! This might not be a good call. Although their tires will be... They're trying to maybe... They can't be trying to one-stop this, are they? Do you know the risk of one-stopping this race? It's sketchy. For sure. But I think they might be attempting a one-stop. I don't know the possibility of that happening. I don't think you can pull that off. I don't think you can pull that off. Watch pit lane. Where's Anderson? Anderson's already through. Bouchard has yet to pit. Roush, Faber, Benyako, Schaefer, Brock. Here comes Connor. He's got an adjustment. Can he now fire it up and start to get pace in that 15? We'll have to watch. There's Scott coming out as well. Now it begins. Duncan is leading, but he is losing about 3 seconds a lap. He stays out. I don't think trying to one-stop this is the call. I think you're actually going to lose so much time on bad tires that you may actually lose it anyway. Hit now. He is. Okay. Paulson is as well. Jackson is as well. Curtis, Fuller, and Bartlett will as well. Everyone's coming in now. Free McShane was the last one. Yep. So, guaranteed, we know Duncan is going to lose time here. There's no doubt about that. But over time, he'll have 2 laps fresher tires. It's a weird call. It's a hard call. But they're gonna try. Here comes second. Third. Here comes fourth. There's Brock. He didn't lose as much time as I thought he did. He maybe lost 2 seconds. Yeah, I'd say he lost 2 seconds. He'll make that up. With 2 laps fresher tires, he'll make that up. For sure. This may be a good call. Same with Paulson, same with Jackson. I'm actually kind of on board with what they're doing here. It's a risk. It's a huge risk, actually. But if it works... Yeah, here he goes. He's already making the move on Connor. He already got Connor back. Here we go. Now get those tires warm. Get the pace that we know you for. And go. Connor putting pressure on now. He actually pulls his fastest lap. That is PJ Karenko pulling your fastest lap of the race. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh, Scott got a good pit. He's fighting for 7. No, he didn't. He got a normal pit. And there's Paulson up to 11. Maverick is fast. Okay, Connor was not able to get that move. Come on, Duncan. Kick it up. We know you can. If he has that pace, he can go for a podium, but that's an if. Brock seems to be your the fastest guy near the front now. But Connor has speed as well. Yeah, it may not be that Duncan's slower. It's that Monaco's just faster now. He's got your 4th fastest lap of the race. So I think Connor Monaco's just fast. I think he's got pace. Something they did to that 15. The adjustment went well. And now Connor must be loving how his car feels. Dive bombs the 4. Yeah, no. They did something good to that 15. Duncan's still got pace, but Monaco's got pace now too. Good for him. That's what he needed right now. Benyako and Von Schaefer sit up ahead. Von Schaefer trying to keep 5th. Brock had an amazing pit stop. He's gone up to 4th. Faber and Roush still fight for 2nd, while Anderson is leaving. He's gone. He has left the building. Not what we expected it though. These guys near the front, most of them are expected. Von Schaefer may be a little weird because we didn't expect him to have this kind of pace this early season, but that's just good for him, man. Like, good job. Good for you. It's good to see that his sophomore season is starting strong. Because even if something bad were to happen to him, he would have still already proven he's got pace this year. Lamas and Angel in now because they're on the different strategies because of damage repairs from earlier, so more of them. They're just doing their own thing. Brock is not that far up the road either. Now Petrov's starting to prove he's got pace. Jackson's fast. Wow, no, Jackson's really fast. Okay. 9th fastest lap of the race. A little bit scared now. A little bit scared. Oh, Duncan's kicking it up again. He's now starting to gap away from the 15. I think the tires are fully warmed up now, and he can start going after the 17 and the 7. Yep, that's 3/10 better than his last lap. So yeah, he's starting to pick it up, and 3/10 faster than the 2 guys ahead. How much time does he have to make up? About a second. But it's going to be even lower if these 2 battle. Faber and Roush have just been hanging out. They really haven't been doing much of anything, which is good. Hanging out in a double podium spot is not a bad thing, but they don't have enough pace to catch up to Anderson. He's gone. So these 2 are just trying to hang out, keep 2nd and 3rd, and do what they can. There they go, battling up ahead again. 2/10 loss. But Benyako just doesn't seem to have the pace to get through him. He has the pace to get to the back of him, but not past him. That Trailblazer is keeping pace. This is also what Duncan likes to see. These 2 people behind battling, which pretty much takes them out of the equation to challenge him within the next few laps. So Duncan can now just focus on the 17 who he's closing in on. No, he's here now. And Brock is your fastest. Duncan's your 2nd fastest. Oh. Jackson's your fastest. Yeah, no. Jackson's your fastest. Brock's your 2nd fastest. Duncan's your 3rd fastest. On track currently. Those are the 3 guys to watch. Jackson is at a blistering 134.9 right now, which was 1.1 seconds faster than the guy ahead of him, Connor Monaco. So Jackson is they did something right in that pit stop. Paulson's fast as well. No, Paulson's your 2nd Maverick. Oh, there it is. Benyako finally reporting that the tire's being rubbed after that hit on the wall. But this isn't bad. He has a chance. He could use this as an undercut. He's within range. He's within the delta. I think that's what they were going for. That damage, just hold out until the delta. So now it's strategy. Benyako's going to come in. He's going to probably get 4 tires and fuel along with repairing that damage. He'll get right sides. 1 full can of fuel, and he'll fix his damage. He'll use the damage repair period as a replacement for the left side tires. We'll see how that goes. It might be actually a really good strategy call. He's out now. Yep. 15.14. That's about a 4-tire stop time. So yeah, he did 2 tires to keep even with everyone else. Good call, good call. But that puts Duncan in 6th. Again, terrifying. All right, I'm a little bit scared now. Where is Scott? Still 17th. It seems he's stalled out now. I mean, he did good. He made up a lot of spots. We're proud of you, boy. And there he is. Jackson, 6/10ths faster than Monaco last time around. He can't do anything. There's nothing Monaco can do against the 10. Nope, gone. Faber and Roush do battle. Brock closing in. 136.0. That's surprisingly slow for him. Okay. If he can get through Schaefer, he will be in very clean air for a while. 136.0 for Duncan as well, so it may just be the tires going off. But Brock is at a 135.3. He is, oh no. Brock's the fast one now. 135.3. What about Jackson? 136. He had to waste time getting through. That's about the pace that he's going to be at, where Paulson's at a 135.5. So the same 4 are still fast. And there he is. The 2-3, the double podiums being broken by William Brock. He had an axle go down at this event last year. At Golden State, it was the third to last round or the penultimate round last year. Now it's the opener. He doesn't want another mechanical issue, but he's up into 3rd. William Brock, a guy who's being considered in the argument for greatest of all time, proving why. But the guy who is current greatest of all time is also proving why he is here. Lots of things going on now. As Jackson closes in on Vladimir Petrov. Pontiac wants a top 5. 54 is in. Right sides. 1 can of fuel and some slight damage repairs. Only 10 seconds in the pits for Baranowski's. Does not get out ahead of Benyako. Benyako's way up the road. That's a good sign for Benyako. That's a good sign. Who's the next pitter? Who's going to make the call first? We expect pits to legitimately start on lap 28. Anderson's just going to keep running his race. Brock now goes around, and there he is. William Brock up into 2nd, takes both the Roush Racings, and will start his hunt after the 51. If we see an undercut out of either someone like Duncan or most specifically Brock, that could be huge. Or Jackson or Paulson. Those guys undercutting would be terrifying. Their pace would be outrageous. And they may be able to catch up into like 2nd on Brock if they can pull that off. And Brock may be able to close that gap down on Anderson. Anderson leads over Brock, Faber, Roush, and Bon Schaefer, who now is under pressure from the 4. Jackson has gotten through the 77, while Paulson now getting by the 15. Maverick continues to move. What about Scott? He continues to move as well. He's in the top 15, although provisionally, because we do know that Baranowski's and Benyako are on a different pace. They're on a completely different strategy than them now, utilizing damage repairs for a pit stop. How is their pace? Good. Good. Ooh. Benyako might be in a good position, actually. Jackson now closes up on Duncan. Duncan's been using a lot of his tires lately to try to push to get past some people, but now Jackson is pushing harder than him. We could see Jackson fall off much earlier, but we're coming up to pit stops. Within a few laps, it's going to start. We could see someone attempt an undercut, but no one's trying yet. Everyone's staying patient. You can pit now. No one's doing it. Also, shout out to Grace Takayama on debut is trying to go for a top 10. Very, very impressed. Very, very impressed. It's got up to 13. Anderson, an almost 9-second lead over William Brock, Tyler Thaber, Scott Roush. And now Duncan has gotten into the top 5. I can only applaud him. for an absolutely incredible drive. Same with Jackson. Amazing drive out of both of them. They have pushed themselves to their absolute limits and have given us a race. Is Anderson undercutting? Oh, he cuts off the undercut. And Brock was thinking the same thing. Wow. They all had the same idea to try to undercut, but you know what Duncan and Jackson are going to do. The same thing as last time. The same exact thing. Now, it comes down to this. Anderson, how will this stop be? We're expecting maybe 2 tires. Right sides. Oh, slightly held up by Roush. Now he'll be in traffic. There goes William Brock, clean out of the pits. What did Brock do? I'm guessing the same thing. I'm guessing that William Brock did the exact same thing, slightly slower in the pits. They both went with right sides and a single tank of fuel. He's got clean air up to Anderson, but Anderson doesn't have clean air ahead. That could be the difference. Right sides only for everyone, it seems. I don't think anyone's going to go for full 4 tires and fuel. Fuller! Ooh! Strategy call! Morgan Fuller, half tank of fuel. Takes only a half tank or no tires. That may be too risky for me, for my taste. Where is Benyako? Right behind Petrov. Oh boy. Oh boy. They did something. Everyone else is in. They're not going to go 2 laps more. They're going to go 1 lap. Fuel leak for the 78. That could cause a problem. A fuel leak for Sean Angel. That is very not good. That means he's going to start losing fuel at a rapid rate. Right sides only. Jackson tries to cut him. No, he can't. What's the gap now? 5 seconds. He cut out that time. Oh no. Brock has cut the time in half. This is terrifying. Bartlett stays out 1 more go. But this is terrifying. Engine blowout for Vince Freeze. Freeze is up in smoke. Who was faster out of the pits? Jackson. By about a 1/10.5. But he's stuck behind lappers now. He didn't get Schaefer. Oh boy. Look at Priya McShane. Still got a pit, but you're trying your best, you know. Anderson, don't choke this away. You've led every lap. How close? Is he in frame? He's in frame! Oh no. Brock, if you can kick that pace up that we saw out of you earlier, if you can get that amazing 1 second a lap quicker pace, you can catch him. Bartlett continues to stay out. Is he on a different strategy? Could he go to the end? Could Bartlett contest for this win? 4 seconds a lap slower? I don't think so. 4 seconds a lap slower. He is definitely not going to contend for this win. But he may be able to sneak a podium here if he makes it to the end. Yep, there goes Priya. Obviously couldn't make it. Anderson may be held up by the 86. Uh-oh. It's, oh my God, it's 4 1/4 seconds. And now he's held up. Brock is coming and he's coming fast. You gotta pass him. You can't stay behind him, Anderson. You can't stay behind him. Where's Brock? There he is. They're in the same corner now. Anderson. Get him! You have to! Anderson wants to win in his first race back. That would upset so many people. To see Anderson in victory lane in his first race back. But Brock now is close. He's closer. Is there any more possible traffic? Maybe Shepard. Maybe. I think Duncan's just going to be happy with a top 5 at this point. If he can pull out a top 5, that would be an amazing day. Bouchard still needs to pit as well. Benyako is expected to go to the end. Expected to. Did? No. Bartlett might try. He might. He might try to make it on it probably wasn't one stop. He probably hit for damage at some point that I don't remember. Shane Vincent, engine. He's reporting problems, but not a blowout. He is reporting engine problems in that 42, which now everyone might be looking at the 01. I think Shane's just going to try to hold out. Unfortunate, but he's doing what he can. That sucks. But it's getting real exciting up here. What's the gap now? 3.5. He gained 7/10 last time around. I'm not sure if it's enough. I'm not sure if Brock can pull this off. He needs more assistance. He needs possibly Shepard, but I'm not sure if he'll get close enough to hold him up. I think Brock's put in an amazing effort, but I don't think he can do it. Paulson drops a little in the pits. Same with Scott because of people who have still yet to pit who are trying to make it to the end on fuel. But they're so much slower. Their tires are falling off. Soon they're going to fall off a cliff. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty at all if they fall off a cliff. Bartlett's just going to tank. Nope, I think he's pitting. That's actually pretty big because this means that Brock will not be held up by the 86. Bartlett's done though. That puts Duncan in a top 5. What about Bouchard? Yep, same deal. Couldn't make it. They tried. But it just doesn't. It seems like that wish was too far away. They hoped. But they're in now. I think probably a splash of fuel in and out. Yep, 4.75 seconds for Bartlett. Just got to get some more fuel in the car. But now Duncan, top 5. After starting P30 on the grid, this has been a gorgeous day. Anderson keeping up now. Nope. You gave it your all, and you closed that gap from almost 10 seconds down to 3.5. That's impressive. But it's just not meant to be, it seems. But the tie is finally going to be broken. They tied on the all-times win list for 10 career wins back 2 years ago when Anderson got his 10th at Nashville and Brock got his 10th at Vegas, and it has stood. For the last 2 years, that tie has stood unbroken between them. And I think finally Anderson is going to win the war for the all-times win list. He's finally going to do it. 3 laps to go for Max Anderson. Oh, it's been a while since we've said that. Brock was fast, but he wasn't fast enough. He just wasn't quick enough. Jackson might be able to catch Schaefer before the end of this. Oh, no, he won't. No, I thought he was slower than that. Now, it seems like this order may stay about the same. Benyako is beginning to fall off. Oh, no, that's not Benyako. That's Petrov. Petrov's falling. Bad adjustment, it seems. Benyako's still trying to hold on for a top 10. Oh, he might catch Shepard. But will Shepard do anything? Or will he move? Oh, but Shepard is notorious for not liking the Hondas. This could end in drama. Anderson closing up on the 34. He's coming to 2 to go. But he's there now. Brock is in frame. Anderson's got to know he's there. You got to make the move quick. But if he rushes it too much, he could wreck as well. Here we come. This is it. The final stretch. One last push, Anderson. 2 laps to go for Max Anderson. And Thundersport Racing Australia trying to take the first win of the year. Connor had a good start, but it fell. And just every time they tried to adjust the car, and he just couldn't find a good setup, drops out of the top 10. Unfortunate for him. Bowers just couldn't pull together a great day. And Halleck didn't qualify. It's a decent day for Thundersport, to say the least. It's nothing amazing, but a win's a win. A win is a win. They're even on pace. There's no way. There's no way. It's not going to happen. Roush now catching up to Thaber. We could see an exchange for the podium here. But even with Shepard holding him up, I don't think there is a chance that Anderson can lose it now. His first race back since Spain of last year. He got suspended for multiple on-tracks incidents in Spain. Had to sit out the rest of the 2018 season. Didn't even get registered on the point sheet as Finn Guy took over his points. It just seemed like Anderson was completely irrelevant in that season. But he'll come back strong. And your 2014 champion is going to take the white flag this time around. And he'll finally break the tie. White flag is in the air at Golden State Motorsports Park. And it's out for Anderson. Into the first corner. The only factor here is Shepard. How much is Shepard going to be merciful of Anderson? He's not! He's gonna block him! Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Nope, he'll move now. He blocked him once, but I think he's moving. He does. He moves. Oh, he'll brake late. He tries to fight with the Honda, but he won't. That's game. Brock, you put in one hell of an effort. Close that gap down so far. But it's not going to be. Duncan's going to take 4th on the last lap. 30th to 4th. He's got to be driver of the day. But here he comes. Your 2014 champion. 5 years later, still can win out here. And his return to the Elite Series for Thundersport Racing Australia will go exactly how he wants it to. Coming down into the final corner for the final time. And Thundersport Racing Australia will go to victory lane. It's Max Anderson, the 2014 champion, breaks the tie. He kicks his 11th win, and he wins at Golden State. Anderson unties the top of the all-times win list. And the 2014 champion can say he is now the winningest driver in Sunoco Elite Series history. 11 career wins to his name. What a performance. What a dominant performance out of the 51. Lorenzo Log in that same car got suspended, actually, in this race last season for intent wrecking Jay Durrell. And he comes back this year. This car comes back with a new driver, a very strong driver, and wins the event. What a performance out of the 51 of Max Anderson. And Thundersport Racing Australia. Jack Halleck D and Q, but he's still got to be very happy about that because they just brought home a win. William Brock will take second. Tyler Thaber will round out the podium. He got a podium starting last year and a podium starting this year. William Duncan from 30th on the grid will come up to 4th. And Roush will take the top 5. Schaefer in 6th. Jackson comes from 32nd to 7th. Takayama on debut will get a top 10. In 8th, Cordell Paulson in 9th. And Alex Benyako on an alternate strategy had to pit for damage, but will still bring home a top 10 after getting pole. A great performance out of them. I also want to talk about Philip Scott, top 15 after starting 34th. Where's Eric Monaco, the other Maverick? 26th. Not as good of a day as he would have wanted, but 40th to 26th, that's 14 spots. That's not bad. But fastest lap, PJ Karenko. Good job out of him. Congratulations to Max Anderson taking the win. Let's go look at your finishing results. And so it'll be Max Anderson who will take the victory here, who will win the opener. Anderson has never won an opener, so that's another crown jewel event to his name. He's won the Royale, he's won a championship, he's won at Vegas, and now he wins an opener. Pretty much won it all. Max Anderson takes the win. William Brock, 2.8 seconds back after being over almost a 9-second deficit coming into the final pit cycle. A great performance. Tyler Thaber, William Duncan, Scott Roush, Wolfstein Von Schaefer, Paul Jackson, Grace Takayama, Cordell Paulson, and Alex Benyako rounds out your top 10. Looking near the back of the grid at some of the more unfortunate victims. Roger Ray, Roman Rahal, Ryan Griffin, Sean Angel, and Vince Freeze all retired with issues or damage. Aiden Shepard a lap down due to that incident with Roman Rahal. Unfortunate for them. But what a day it is. Anderson goes from 6th on the grid up to the win. Brock, 13th up to 2nd. It was just a great day for a lot of people. And the day that Max Anderson needed to solidify that he ain't going nowhere. Had a few inconsistent seasons, but this may be the return of Max Anderson taking the win. It's good to see him back on top. Congratulations to Max Anderson and Thundersport Racing Australia. Next time, we're heading to Kansas Speedway. Back there for a track that's also being considered to be replaced in Operation Track Finder. So there could be Kansas's last year, but the Kansas King, Alexander Rowe, bad day today. But you never know next time. He could kick it up. Congratulations once more to Max Anderson. We will see you all at Kansas Speedway next time. Ciao.